I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Staying Salty, week number 2, season number 5. This is like the 4th time I filmed this video, so I'm going to try to make it as smooth as possible. Good news is I got all my mistakes out of the way, so it won't be as long. Anyway, you guys probably already know. The topic this week is tips to gain weight with CF. The funny thing, in my opinion, is the number one key ingredient has nothing to do with food and nutrition. So I'll explain why. You guys got to hear me out, and then I think you'll kind of be on the same page. So, as you guys know, I was pretty healthy all my life, had a healthy lung function. Went to college, got super sick, dropped down to 26% lung function at one point, and I was at 104 pounds. Now I'm just under 5'7", so I just typically spend about 5'7", and I currently weigh about 130. But when I was at 104 pounds, I had 26% lung function, and you guys know the story. I did the oils, I started working out, and started tracking my nutrition. So within 6 months, I gained literally, I was at 32 pounds, 136 pounds was my top, at 44% lung function. So obviously, throughout that time, I exercised a lot, like 4 or 5 days a week at least, and I tracked everything I ate throughout the whole day. And I literally did nothing else besides using the essential oils I like to use, and that's how I gained the weight, that's how I gained lung function, got healthier, all that kind of thing. So, you guys are probably like, okay, well that's great, but what is the number one key to gaining weight with CF? I truly believe it is exercise. The reason I say so, one, it's been studied, weight highly correlates with lung function. So usually, as you gain weight, your lung function will go up. And if you guys think about it, the higher lung function, the easier it is to gain weight. Reason being, your body's not burning as much calories, trying to compensate for that low lung function, help your body breathe more, right? So, as you guys get your lungs better, your weight typically tends to come on a little bit easier. Now, the other bad part about CF is our bodies don't digest fat very well, and we don't absorb all nutrients very well, which is why we take vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are fat-soluble vitamins. And, you know, they always tell us to just shove food in our faces, like Big Macs and Whoppers and ice cream and cakes and all that. I totally disagree with that. You know, I'm all about the whole exercising approach. And that's one, you know, muscle tends to weigh more than fat. Our bodies will end up burning fat before muscle for energy. And you're going to be healthier if you work out. You're going to be healthier as far as weight gain. You're going to be healthier as far as lungs go. And working out, I mean, I literally mean lifting too. You know, you can go do cardio. Most people are like, oh, I'm going to go work out for CF. I'm going to do cardio, better my lungs. Yes, that's true. But you're not going to put on solid muscle mass unless you lift weights. And guys out there, and girls, especially girls, that think you're going to bulk up after just lifting weights for a month, no, it's not going to happen. Bulking up and slimming down is all about your diet and your nutrition. So just because you go lift weights does not mean you're going to put on a massive amount of muscle. You have to eat massive amounts to put on massive amounts of muscle. So, yeah, you'll probably be a little bit more defined. You're going to be stronger. Your body's going to be more fit and harder and not so soft, but you're not going to look like some big bodybuilder or have all these curves and everything like that, especially if you have CF. It's going to be really hard to get that way if you have a low lung function. So, anyway, guys, key, I think, is exercise. You know, you can shove all the fat in your mouth that you want, but if your body doesn't digest it properly and you don't absorb nutrients properly anyway, how much of that are you really going to absorb and even retain? And that's why I think working out and gaining muscle is the number one key. All right, so go along with that. Not just eating massive amounts and working out is going to do it either. I swear to you, I did not believe this in the beginning. When I started working out really heavily and tracking my nutrition, and I know you guys are probably going to doubt me as well, but macronutrients is key. Key. And macronutrients are fat, calories, and protein. So every bit of calories you eat, a calorie is made up of grams of carbohydrates, grams of protein, and grams of fat. So Those three things are what make up calories. So for example, you might have 1,000 calorie Big Mac in your hand. Well, you could easily say, okay, well that's 400, this is just an example guys, but 400 grams of carbs, that's 200 grams of protein, and 80 grams of fat. None of those are accurate, but you get the idea. So you guys can Google this. I have links. I will share links on the description down below of my channel, where I made a video on how you calculate the macronutrients for all your meals, and what macronutrients work best for bulking up with CF. And I say bulking up, I don't mean literally huge, guys. I seriously just mean gaining weight. If you can work out and you can eat enough protein to put on muscle, which means at least eat as many grams of protein as many pounds you weigh in body weight. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you want to eat 100 grams of protein per day to maintain your muscle and maybe build a little bit. I would usually recommend to go a little bit over that, just so you can start gaining muscle. On top of that, not only do I put my protein there, but I put my carbs really high as well. And believe it or not, the fat is the lowest one of all three of those. And you know, I get it, it's not going to make sense to you guys unless you do the research or watch some YouTube videos on it. But you're going to say, why would fat be the lowest? I want to gain weight, I want to get fat. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to get fat. You want to have a healthy looking fit body with muscle mass and strong, and get a solid core like abs and lower back and whatnot that's going to help you bring up your mucus in your lungs and all that. So like I said, I'll provide those links down below. There's two videos I think I'm going to put on there. One is eating with CF and how to bulk up, and one is literally called bulking up with cystic fibrosis. But both of those go over the macronutrients, how to calculate those macronutrients, and then basically my story about how I did it. And I'll show you guys right here the pictures. So this, I don't know if this is left or right, but anyway, here's a picture of me when I was very small. Here's a picture of me after I started calculating and tracking my macronutrients every single day, every single meal, and working out 4 or 5 times a day. Now I know you guys, not 4 or 5 times a day, 4 or 5 times a week. And when I say working out, guys, you guys might follow me on Instagram. You see me, you know, flexing or lifting some weights, whatever. I wasn't like that in the beginning. I promise you. Literally, I said I got to go to the gym, and I walked on the treadmill for like 30 to 45 minutes, or as much as I could that day. I might go lift a few dumbbells and do some sets, but I was nothing like I am now. You know, I was really weak. I was really sick. And I literally was just trying to build my body up. And that's, if you guys are in the same scenario, don't get intimidated or feel inferior to others. No one knows how sick or weak you are or whatever, you know, whatever's going on in life. So just kind of try to keep that in mind and start small, keep building up, and you guys will get there. But I'm going to wrap this video up, guys, but I promise you, it is all about exercise, 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 exercise. Your lung function will get better. You'll be able to put on weight easier. As you gain weight, your lung function usually improves even more. And, you know, eat. You got to eat at least, if you guys haven't already talked to your dietitian about this, my dietitian at my CF clinic gives me a printout of how many calories I need, how many protein, carbs, and fat I need. So those three go into calories, remember that. But it gives me a printout of those things to maintain my body weight with CF. And you guys will, you'll be able to go online and do calculators of this, but they're not going to take into account your lung disease. So the good thing about the CF clinic and the dietitian, she has a formula that takes into account my lung disease and what my lung function currently is, my FEV1, and that plays a role in how many calories and whatnot I need, because our bodies burn more calories throughout the day to compensate for our lung function. So if you guys haven't already, ask your clinic, your dietitian at your clinic, if or your CF team, if they are able to get that for you. If not, feel free to message me or comment below. I'll try to get that for you. I think in the video that I'm going to include in my description, I think I have the formula, or the one I used before, which helps you take into account your lung disease. So anyway, guys, I think that I covered all of it. So like I said, it's exercise. You gain weight, you gain lung function. The more you exercise, the better your lungs are, which makes it easier to gain weight. And you got to eat at least at least the number of calories that it's going to take to maintain your weight. And obviously, after you have that amount to maintain, you want to put on more, right? So I always say for a conservative amount, add 300 calories more, or for an aggressive amount, add 500 calories more than that one first initial number, which is how much it is to maintain. And that, I promise you guys, it helps. It's the only thing I did. I didn't take any magic pill or do steroids or anything crazy like that. It helped me. And I was at 26% lung function and literally thought, like, my lungs suck. I can't work out. There's no way I can gain weight. And this is going to be it. So believe in yourself. Please do it. Please, please, please do it. And consistency is key. You guys will have days where you slack off and you're not going to gain weight that week. And you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? This doesn't even work for me. No. You have to be consistent. It took probably 3 weeks, if I can remember right, but 3 weeks of eating consistently like I was supposed to, and working out until I actually noticed, like, every week I was gaining at least 2 or 3 pounds. So it was really awesome once I saw that, obviously. But the first 2 or 3 weeks are brutal because you're going to feel lazy, you're going to have days you slack off, you're going to have doubts, all that kind of thing. But that's it, guys. So, once again, to recap, exercise, you gotta eat your calories, you gotta have more than just to maintain, to gain weight, and more importantly, find out how many calories you need, and once you do, they have to be broken up into macronutrients, so you wanna find the ratio that is best for you, and usually, for gaining weight, a simple ratio is 50% of your calories should come from carbohydrates, 30% from your calories should come from protein, and 20%, roughly 20%, should come from fat. So, anyway, I know that's probably a lot to take in. I know it's like, what the hell did he just say? Don't forget to rewatch this video if you have to. Listen to the other guys on this team of members of our channel. And don't forget to click down below in the description box where I'm going to include my other 2 videos I did on my personal channel where I actually walk you through how to calculate that stuff if you guys are interested. And yeah, guys, that's it. So I hope you guys will try this out. Don't get discouraged. Stay positive, be motivated, and be determined to put on some freaking weight. Alright, guys. Hashtag stay salty.
See, I've got cystic fibrosis.